The long wait is finally over. What's going on, guys? The YoMeister238. For those of you who are brand new, I usually do building content and whatnot, that sort of stuff. And today, that's exactly what we did. You guys who are loyal fans might have remembered in this video, this clip right here, where I actually showed a preview of me building Delfino Plaza. But today's video, we have finished. I've created Super Mario Sunshine Delfino Plaza 100% accurate in Minecraft, which is just absolutely insane. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because it really does help me out. But with that said, I think we're just going to jump right into the first time lapse of where I begin to build a foundation along with the mayoral building in the center of this town. And yeah, let's just crack on and show this amazing first part of the time lapse. And though this may not look like much right now, this was actually the beginning, the very first major chunk, a humble start to the beginning of Delfino Plaza, where I established a block corridor, you know, a block palette to use for my builds and everything like that. I established a grid, the floor, how the floors of the city would be, and this part took me a really long time, but from there, it was time to base my models off of 3D models online and pictures that I found on Google and begin to try to recreate the rest of the city, which I will show in this next time lapse. It's going to be a long one, but it's the rest of the city actually being completely completed. With the creation of Delfino Plaza going very great, you can see so many buildings, we had made tons of progress. In the grand scheme of things, tragedy struck. This almost made me actually completely quit because these buildings right here were 4 of the hardest buildings, and the entire time lapse that I had created for them had somehow gotten corrupted. So the video footage for these 4 buildings actually doesn't exist, and at the time that was absolutely heartbreaking because I put so many hours and ignored so many friends just to build this thing right here. Friends wanting to hang out, I ignored them, and then only to find out that all this footage had been corrupted. Oh, that made my heart break. But after that, the rest of the time lapses did continue to go very well. So with this major progress of the city done, there were still quite a few more buildings to undertake and to build, and that's what I began to do. And then there it was, after so many months of grinding and so many hours spent into building these buildings, building this entire city, I had all the buildings and all the infrastructure completely done. The only thing that was missing was an entire mountain to create. And you guys might notice too that off camera I even included building some of these islands right here. I built an island over there. I built an entire island over there. Some of these boats, I forget what the boats are exactly called, but I added a few more details to the build, but it still wasn't quite finished. And that's because it was missing this beautiful serenic mountain or volcano behind it. So my next task at hand was to build an entire mountain, and that took a very long time. That almost made me cry because of how long it took to build, but it turned out amazing. Let's jump into the time lapses and watch as this whole build comes together in the very end. At the very end, you could see the volcano as it came to life, and this just tied the entire city together, having this amazing landscape. Just look at that thing. It is so ginormous that the volcano actually reaches past the clouds, and it just ties this whole city together. Without the landscape, I feel almost as if the entire city is just lifeless. It's just a random water city in the middle of a random ocean, but it just tied everything together. And I thought at this point that it might be a good idea to go ahead and jump into our shaders mode so that we can view what this world looked like in the shaders and the realistic nice quality as the water reflects and everything. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into shaders mode just to see what the city looks like. And going into this world with shaders, I had to say I was a huge fan. Just looking around with the shadows and the shimmering water, the realistic sky and the clouds reflecting on Delfino Plaza, it made the city just completely pop to life. The waterfalls looked a little bit more realistic, and the gondolas, the boats, that's what they're called, flowing in the rivers, it actually added just so much life to the build. Even though there was already life added, it just added that extra bit of realism, that extra bit of detail that made this whole thing pop and look so much cooler. So with this shown and everything, I wanted to show just a cool few scenic views as we use the replay mod to view the city and explore it a little while using these cool shaders so that we get this nice, realistic walkthrough of what the city is like and what it feels like to actually walk through it. And then after viewing the city with the beautiful shaders so that we got to see what it looked like and got to see these amazing views of this entire build, I thought it'd be really cool if we did some side-by-side, well, not side-by-side, but just some before and after comparison pictures of this city compared to the actual model. The actual model I used, there were a few variations from the original game that differed a little bit. Like for an example, right here in this building, we have this little red canopy that connects these two buildings, the mayoral building and that one over there. In the 3D model, it actually connects over here. So there might be a few differences, but I thought it'd be cool just to do a before and after comparison, just to show what these things look like. So with that said, let's go ahead and compare mine to the original actual Super Mario Sunshine build. So then with all the decorations and decor and all the details added into these buildings and this landscape finish and everything, I wanted to give you guys, the player, an incentive to actually explore this world. So what I did is on these two signs right down here, let's jump down, it says find all the discs 13 for fun, and that is right. I have created a disc hunt for you guys. You guys can download this world. There will be a link in the description, and you guys can explore the world and find 13 discs as you get to explore all the buildings, doing parkour and fun. There are a few obvious discs that I'll just demonstrate real quick. Like right here, there's a cat disc in this building. That's a pretty easy one to find. And another disc that is pretty easy to find is right here in the middle of the ocean. If we go and climb through the scaffolding, there is Mellow High. And the cool thing is that you will actually be in adventure mode when you do this. So you'll have to do a bunch of parkour. So around the city, I've actually incorporated a ton of parkour that you can do. Let's go over here, for example. There is this part where you can do a little bit of parkour by jumping on these ladders to get up buildings in order to be on top of buildings. Then there's tons of Easter eggs too. I'll show one Easter egg over here right now. If we click this button, Yo Meister238, there I am. I appear hidden in this little hut. So there's some cool Easter eggs that can be found too. But even more than that, the parkour is so much fun, and I'll show you another parkour place that I included because of Pizza Boss 43. He requested this. So over here, in the original game, you battle Bowser inside the volcano, and so I included even some volcano parkour. You can see the fun doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going, and there's so much parkour. There's the disc over there that you have to find, which I appropriately did the pig step disc since this is in the lava biome. But even then, I decorated inside of a volcano just for that little bit of parkour. And then over here, there's a little bit of a parkour that you have to do in the real Super Mario Sunshine with Yoshi, where you have to jump on these rock pillars over here. And so I incorporated some more parkour there, and just all over the place. There's so many fun surprises. There's even some Easter eggs that you guys can find. When you guys join the world, I'm not going to show what it is, but I suggest jumping into this pipe to see what happens for a little bit of an Easter egg, a little bit of a surprise. And what else is there? Oh yeah, I also incorporated right here in the waterfall. You guys might have noticed this in the time lapses, but there's actually a hole right here smack in the middle of the waterfall where if we go through, it says shh, secret map room. And in here, you can actually see the map of all of Delfino Plaza, and you get stuck in this blue maze. But that's such a cool Easter egg, and I just included stuff like that all over the map so you guys can explore. I will say, don't waste all your time trying to find Easter eggs and things, and don't put too much time into that, because there is a lot, there's not too many Easter eggs, but there's a lot of discs for you guys to find. So that's why I incorporated that, and just different parkour, different ways for you guys to possibly jump up the building and climb onto the rooftops. It's just a parkour, fun-filled map. But with that said, whew, I think that's the end of this mega episode. I really hope you guys did enjoy this build. I think it turned out so cool, and I always have so much fun doing these mega episodes. Towards the end, they get a little bit grindy and they get a little bit tiring, and doing that mountain over there, I almost lost my mind entirely, because there were a few glitches, a few hiccups that made me want to die because of how hard it was. All these cave walls over here, the bottom walls right there, those were all crafted by hand, and that took forever. A monumental amount. Well, I forgot one of the biggest details too. Is I even mentioned this in the book when you start off in the map, but right here, these are actually manholes. In Super Mario Sunshine, you actually have manholes that you can jump on, and then you go into the city and it transports you to another manhole. And I incorporated this into my game. So when you go up here, you can see an entire manhole operating system appears. So you can run across this right here, and then you can go down to the next manhole, which is located right down there by falling off one of the edges right here. And then when you land, all of a sudden that thing disappears right there. And that's just such a cool and quick way for you guys to get around. I totally forgot to mention this. This was one of the biggest details. This is why the video took so long to get out, because I had to create this and it took me forever. But yeah, you can go in here and you can literally go on the yellow stained glass, and it's exactly, I'll show the picture right now. It's an exact replica of this model where the underground tunnels connect and how they connect through different manholes. But that is basically it. Oh, and it just gives you a cool view. But that is basically it for the video. Oh my gosh, this build took me so very long to do. It took so much time, so much grind, so much effort, and I really hope you guys enjoy. You guys will get to explore it yourself too, which is always amazing. I hope you guys do enjoy playing the map, although it will only be available in Java Edition, unfortunately. But with that said, I think we're done. I think we've run out of time for the video. I've been editing all morning, and it's time to finish this up and say goodbye. Yeah, man, guys, just look at Delfino Plaza. It is the epitome of a pretty and awesome Minecraft build. Millions of blocks. Took me forever to build, and it looks so cool. I'll see you guys in whatever the next video is. Probably not going to be too crazy after this video, because this took me so much work to do, and I'm a little burnt out. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy life, enjoy Minecraft, enjoy Super Mario Sunshine if you guys play. and I'll see you soon. Ciao!